Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Hi, in today's video I'll be making a video on I am on Madden Mobile and I'm going to make a video on a good investment I think everyone should make. Okay, disclaimer, I'm not going to say that this is 100% guaranteed profit or anything, but I'm just saying if you have some coins, if you have like 1,000,000, maybe you can choose to buy one or two of him. And I feel he is the best investment right now. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump straight to and show you guys who is the card you should invest in and give 3 reasons why. And I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is at. I invested in a lot of copies of him as well. So where do I go? Okay, you guys can see it. Alex Smith. I bought a grand total of 12 copies and each of them cost me about 180k, 170k I would say. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you should buy him right now. If you guys play Madden Mobile, you need to invest in him right now. So I'll give you 3 reasons. Number 1, the minimum price for elite card in this game is about 150k. It has dropped significantly since this event. Before this event it was about 175k, but recently player prices, if you guys know, have took a hit and players have dropped to about, I would say, maybe 5 to 10% of their prices, and hence the minimum elite price, that means the cheapest elite you can get on the market, has dropped from about 180k around there to drop all the way to like 150 now. This guy is not only far from the minimum rating, which is 80, he's an 83 overall with 80 power, which is a very big deal. If you guys know, regular base elites only have powers of 10 to 20. Kind of like, actually I don't even have a base elite because that's how much I don't like base elites. But if you guys have the launch event players, kind of like Aaron Jones, his power will be 30 to 40. This one shows 51 because of his level and everything and the boosters of this team. But okay, so the base elites only 10 to 20, launch players 30 to 40, and event players can go more than that. And hence you see Alex Smith, he has 80 power, which is a hell lot. If you want to put in comparison with the other 80 power quarterbacks, we are looking at Tom Brady, we are looking at in fact there's not many, we are looking at Dan Marino and stuff like that. So okay, let's do 80 power, and you'll see it's flooded with Alex Smith. But if we remove the 83 overall, you'll realize that these are the only alternatives if you want a quarterback with 80 power. And if you guys see, the minimum is like 1,000,000. At the cheapest you can get is 1,000,000, which is probably Brady or Montana. Cam Newton costs about 2-ish million. The ones right now are a bit expensive, and Dak Prescott is 4 over million. So there's also Dan Marino, which is about 2 million. And if people want to buy a quarterback with high power, they have to buy him, because unless they are going to buy one of the top tier ones. So that's one of the reasons. He's a good card basically. Second reason is, if you guys see the recent sets, you guys will notice that there is a use of program elites nowadays. So you can't just use any 80 plus overall elite, you have to use a program one. And the cheapest program elite out there right now is him. So how on earth can he be the cheapest program elite out there? You think about it, any launch elite, that means those with the 30 or 40 power, is also considered a program player, and yet he is even cheaper than all of them. Like, that's actually ridiculous. If you guys see, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. 80, you guys see all these players, the launch players, all these launch players, even the lousy ones, cost more than him. Like, how can an 81 Dak Prescott cost more than him? That's insane. But I know why he's cheap. He's cheap because in this event, you can grind the fan favorite events and get him. You can get many copies of him through that event, or either you can even make the set to get him. I did one of the Blees and I managed to get Derwin James, which is like over 1,000,000. So if you guys see here, I managed to get Derwin James, which is like 900k easily from doing the Bliss event, and Alex Smith is the easiest one to get because he's the lowest overall. So that's one of the reasons why he's really cheap now, and also because people can make the sets. And in fact, people have to, if they want to make the 86 overall event master, they have to make one of each set. So they are forced to make Alex Smith, and Alex Smith is the one that everyone will make if they want to try to do well in this event. So that's why there's many copies of him. But think about it this way: as time passes, people are going to use him up for the program elite because he's the cheapest program elite you can use. So he will be used up, and after that, the number of copies of him in the market will drastically drop. Okay, last but not least, so the three factors are here. Number one, he's a really good card. Number two, he's going to be used up as program elites, as he's the cheapest program elite. And number three, is the safety of this investment. I don't think this investment, if it goes wrong, if let's just say things don't go right, we don't always assume everything will go right. You are talking at about investing 170k, 180k at an 83 overall player, which is an elite, program elite as well. If you look at the cheapest elite, it's 150k. No way will he ever be the cheapest elite in the game because he's a program elite, which means certain sets will require him. And hence, I feel this is such a steal of investment. If you guys have some coins, do buy at least like 1 or 2 copies of him. I put my money where my mouth is at. I'm not just anyhow saying, hey guys, go buy this guy. I also bought many copies. In fact, I bought as much as I can. And you see how many copies I have of him? 12 copies. And bear in mind, the event is ending. Once this event ends, probably no one will get him easily from the Bliss, because if there are going to be people who are lucky enough to get him from the Bliss event, kind of like how I'm lucky enough to get Derwin James, and that's how many copies of him is being produced. Or either they continue making the sets. But chances are, if this event ends, the number of copies of him that enter the market is going to drop super drastically, and the event is ending in around 23 hours. So yeah, you guys got 23 hours to go buy him. I'm 80% confident he will be more than 175k. I'm predicting at least 250k after, maybe we're talking about 5 to 7 days from now, pretty much a week from now, he will be around 250k. So 175k to 250k, at 250k is actually a really reasonable rise to me. I feel he can go even more than that. But so that's it for the video. Just sharing you guys what I've invested a lot of my coins into. Of course, I put a lot into him because I know how safe of an investment it is. Because at worst, you end up with an elite for 135k, like program elite. So it can't be that bad. And I also have a decent team anyway. So yeah, you guys can see I bought Chase Young as well. I bought him for like 400k only, and he has already rose already. Some other players I bought for cheap. Kyler Murray, I bought him for 190k. Like, that was also a really good deal. Yeah. So this one was